So Erika Kirk suing me over a video I posted, me in all white, walking in with fireworks, hitting a double take, that half cry, half smile, talking like those political wife speeches. And now it's too far. Now, let's keep it real. You forgave the man who killed your husband, but you taking me to court. Say it again. You forgave a killer, but you're suing a comedian for a video.
I do believe Jake Paul needs to chill out. Here he is zoomed in. It is 100% Jake Paul. And guess who he's trying to be? Druski! So if you didn't know, Druski did like a comedy skit on Erika Kirk. And I mean, it was kind of funny. Druski did not make up any of the events. He basically just took all of the events that Erika Kirk was at and just made it into a comedy skit. Druski was acting kind of like how Erika Kirk acts like. And again, it was 100% comedy, but the issue is Jake Paul, he does not need to recreate what Druski did to Erika, if you know what I'm saying. Here's a video of him actually talking about it, because at first I was like, oh, maybe AI, whatever. No, he talks about it in Theo's podcast.
Calling makeup artists, and I was gonna do a response to this and like go and do like the full on darker. Yeah.
No.
And
no.
do it and just do it back, because why not? Yeah.
No. I don't think anyone needs to explain why this is a terrible idea. I feel like Jake was doing a pretty good job off of YouTube and just doing the boxing thing, and he should probably just stick with that. Stick with it, because this is actually a terrible idea if he wants to act like Druski.
I want to ask you something, because I've been, over the last couple of days, calling makeup artists, and I was going to do a response to this and like go and do like the full on
darker.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And do it and just do it back, because why not?
Yeah.
Like, are we on the same playing field? Like,
I think if there's a way to do it, singing in well, even this sentence, but if there's a way to do it, I've been here many times. If there's a way to do it, I think there needs to be some black support for the character. I think, like I'm saying, like say if Druski or I'm trying to think of somebody else.
Charles Barkley.
If you got one of those guys to be like, hey, Theo, I want you to do this skit with me. Let's do this.
But still, that's pussying out.
You think it is?
Yeah.
To me, there's a level of like,
doesn't that make us more like prejudice?
Like more prejudice?
That makes us, if we have to partner with someone. Druski just dropped this.
And he's done it a couple of times,
exactly. I fucking love it. This is great. This is how humans should be.
I agree.
We should fucking make fun of each other. And I don't see in color, I see in truth and comedy. So like, what are we talking about?
So you're saying
what era are we living in?
Dude, Justin Trudeau did, and he's freaking dating Katy Perry. You see that, Justin Trudeau, the mayor of freaking Canada?
I was just with them. I was just with them.
No, you were not.
Yeah, at the JP Morgan summit.
He was B-facing. Look at him right there in the middle. Look at the one in the hat in the middle.
He got caught for this before?
Yeah, look how dark he went. I mean, he went.
But to be fair, that picture's in black and white, so we can't tell how dark he went.
But that's fair. That's kind of fair. What about Jimmy Kimmel when he was blacking around over there? Bring that up, huh? Hey, look at him just blacking. I mean, look at that. Even the cross eyes.
That's Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah.
That's not Shaq.
That ain't fucking Shaq, dude.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and Jake Paul, I think that's Jake Paul. I can never get them niggas right. I don't know. I'm not gonna say all white people look the same. It might be Jake Paul. I'm gonna go with Jake Paul. I'm gonna check the video. Anyways, Jake Paul is literally the quintessential younger white person between the ages of 18 and 30. Now there's several things that's like why I mentioned young white people is because not only can 50% of the population in America functionally read, right? These motherfuckers are dumb. They're functionally illiterate. They don't know history, didn't pay attention in class. They don't know the context of shit. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a word or there's a phrase that says content is king, because just because you don't like some shit, it's not akin to something that somebody else does, right? I'm not even going to give an analogy. Like, if you don't understand what the fuck that means and how I said that in clear English, it behooves you to read a fucking book. I don't have time to hold your hand, nor do I give a fuck to do it. Only thing I will say is that, and I stated this in the Druski video, that whiteface is not equivalent to blackface. It's not even, whiteface isn't even a thing. It's some shit white people like to say. It's a thing because they don't like it. And to that, the only thing I can say to that is, if you don't like it, shove it up your ass. I will consistently say that just because you don't like something does not make it racist or even bigoted. Now, he mocked Erika Kirk for her mannerisms, how she actually acts, and maybe exaggerated on how she looks because she's not as fat as he is. White people didn't like that. They lost their shit, especially younger white people. Like older white people, for the most part, I think his name is Matt Walsh, people like that, even if Charlie Kirk was alive, probably wouldn't make a comparison to blackface and whiteface, right? This is not even a thing. White people like to say it is because it makes them feel uncomfortable. And as they become the minority in this country, the only thing I can say to that is, like, if you don't like it, shove it up your ass. One thing I will say, and I will consistently say, just because you don't like something does not make it racist. I noticed with the younger generation, they're because they feel uncomfortable about mockery and imagery, they like to do what they've seen us and older black people do historically. Like, I think Jake Paul is 31, so in his 31 years of living, probably about 19 of them that he could functionally remember, he probably seen older white people bitch about shit that they didn't like, that made him uncomfortable. And now that he's older, right, physically, mentally still stunted at like 12, but that's another episode for another time. He's now, and a lot of them, now that they're in their early 20s to late 30s, they're starting to actually do a 1 to 2 comparison, where they see black people mocking them, and now because the racial tensions have seemingly cooled off, they haven't really, because 90s niggas was getting beat. I think Latasha Harlem was the only black person that got shot by a law enforcement person, and yeah, they just seen niggas get beat up. And now they're starting to try to put the shoe on the other foot and say, well, because something makes them feel uncomfortable, that it's racist, and that if we did it, there is no if we did it. If you did it, the context would make you look fucked up. There's no way around it. I don't care how you try to slice it. I don't care who you tell it to. Nor do I give a fuck who you tell it to, right? Like, tell it to your mom. You niggas are bitching about something that isn't a thing. You just feel uncomfortable. Shit makes you feel a certain type of way. Niggas is poking fun at you now that we got access to media, right? This is shit that we couldn't do like in the 90s or even the early 2000s, right? Now that we have social media, the internet's in your pocket, now we can go at you full throttle, and it's all gas, no brakes, and you can't stop us. Now, I'm not saying poking fun at white people isn't supposed to make them feel uncomfortable. It is. That's why we do it. However, it's not malicious. The fact that these motherfuckers be trying to make it seem like there's malicious intent behind it, they're delusional, right? They just want to feel like they're a part of the oppressive Olympics, right? Black people say this shit happens to us. Now you have the younger white people, namely, and even some dumb white people that's older, like Megyn Kelly or Tucker Carlson, I watched the interview with Tucker Carlson actually saying that the white man is oppressed, and that things like these parody skits, I think he referenced Druski, that if white people were to do it, you would get shit, because the nigga that did it first, the nigga that did Blackface, the Jim Crow laws, the song that was written in homage to the nigga Jim Crow, they were all fucked up. It's within context, right? Niggas was mocking niggas that was newly free, right? Niggas wasn't even fucking 30 years out of slavery. You was mocking them. So fuck you. That's just a tidbit. If you need history, I suggest you go fucking find it. Google's your best friend. Hell, go to TikTok, watch a video. It might enlighten you. I don't know what else to tell white people at this particular junction. They like to say, oh, well, that's black people were doing it. If we were to do it, you already did it. Now it's our turn. That's how that shit goes. And on top of all that, like, he didn't actually say Erika Kirk's name. He portrayed a character that, for some reason, people like, they literally, first thing that came to their mind, that's Erika Kirk, right? It was reminiscent of her. It resembled her, even though it was Druski big ass with makeup on. And he actually poked fun at a GOP. I don't know if she's a politician. This nigga said he ran into her. He ran into Druski. That wasn't even Druski. That's actually that woman. Matter of fact, here's a video of her dancing. He was actually poking fun at her while simultaneously doing close-ups of his eyes, looking like Erika Kirk, but he actually didn't say her name. In all his skits, he never actually says a person's name. I think he referenced a rapper that, and for the life of me, I haven't got down to the nitty-gritty of this. I don't know if he's white or biracial. He didn't say his name. He just portrayed a character that resembled him. People drew whatever conclusions they had, and that was that. But with Blackface, they were literally poking fun at actual black people. Like, this isn't some shit that's like undocumented history. This is like real shit. White people don't pick up their phone and Google shit from time to time. Like, white people, if you are between the ages of 25 and 50, you've heard about Jim Crow. All you have to do, a quick fact check would help you out with, what is Jim Crow? And then you read. But most of you motherfuckers can't read, so then there's that. And that's nobody's fault but your own. You're willfully ignorant, which is why people around the world give you shit, because you're dumb. And it's not because you're dumb because of anything other than your own neglect of trying to find information and or gain knowledge. So I'm not surprised with Jake Paul. Like, honestly speaking, I think between the two, him and Logan Paul, I think he's probably the racist. He's probably the big doughhead racist. I don't think he's necessarily like, and I might be overstating this. I don't know. I got reason to believe, but I don't know if he's willfully racist. I mean, you can be ignorantly racist, right? Like, you just don't know certain shit, and you do certain shit, and then people call you out on it, and you're dumbfounded because you just don't know. Like Kid Rock, niggas from Michigan, not Detroit, and this nigga waves a Confederate flag on his truck. One has to ask, what the fuck you like touting the Confederacy? You're from Michigan. They were part of the Union, stupid. But then if you don't read books, you don't know this shit. So then it's lost on you. And then you get mad and lash out. And the only thing I got to say to that is like, yo, fuck your mother. That's the title of the show. That's what we going with nowadays, right? You gotta keep it funky. A lot of people like to bite their tongue, and you have a lot of white people that's out there like Lily Gaddis and Nick Fuentes, which he's not even technically Caucasian. He's of Italian and Mexican descent, which that's a whole nother can of worms, and I think I talked about him. But they're like willfully stupid. They think that being poked fun at and being mocked is the same thing as racism and oppression that happens to black people. Not to mention with Jim Crow, it's not the fact that niggas just got mocked. There were laws actually made because of a song that was written that a performer performed in a minstrel show. It was literally laws that got motherfuckers locked up or subjugated to inhumane treatment by law enforcement and or the judiciary system back in the 1920s. So the fact that people don't notice, and I be having people in my comment section talking about I'm racist, go figure, talking about racism and the shit that white people historically have done is racist, but not actually taking account of the shit that you do or shit that's been done. That's not racist. We just gonna overlook that, right? But that is because of the ignorance and the stupidity of most people, which is why we're in this conundrum with Iran, because the racist in chief, like, and I was trying to give that dude the benefit of the doubt. I really didn't think he was racist, but vitriol that he has for saying niggas is the equivalent of what white people in America have against black people. So yeah, you know, your slip is showing, and like, we don't give a fuck. We're just gonna continue to do us. If you don't like it, you shove it up your ass. I know it's gonna be some people that actually retort to what I'm saying with more stupidity and or racism, because they either A, don't understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, or they just refuse to understand basic English, or their comprehension level is so damn low and they can't read, so functionally they don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Like, I'm saying a bunch of words, but to them it sounds like word salad. When you're dumb, it does. That's the only thing I can actually say to that. If you're stupid, that's not my fault. I try not to insult people. I don't go out of my way to say racist tropes. I just state the facts, and people don't like it, especially the younger generation. But as a nigga getting older, the only thing I can say to that is, yo, pick up a book. Don't take my word for it. In the words of that nigga LeVar Burton from Reading Rainbow, don't take my word for it. Take a look, it's in a book, but you're too stupid to read that motherfucker book that's on your shelf or in your school or in your desk. So stay a fool, you can be cool. Don't fuck with me. If you see me on the streets, it's Reading Rainbow. In any event, if y'all like this episode, like, comment, and subscribe. If you like to contribute to the machine, which a bunch of you broke motherfuckers don't, you can click my link or not. I had a person give me a whole bunch of comments in the comment section. Let me just put this out here. If you give me a whole bunch of back and forth debating the shit that I'm saying, which is facts, I state nothing but facts. This is an opinion. Nothing that I'm saying for the most part is conjecture. I will block you, because like, if you're not supporting the machine, I don't need lip service. I don't need you giving me shit. No, it doesn't stress me out. I'm just gonna block, delete, or actually hide you from my channel so that you can't see it, right? If you have objection to the shit that I say, just don't watch. It ain't that hard. In any event, if y'all like this episode, you know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe, and miss out in the motherfucking his house.
No.